Okay, welcome grade 8 to your 11th reach back of the quarantine period. I know it must be mundane and it must be tedious and it must be like, what in the heck am I doing this for? I already know how to do a lot of these things. But what I'd like you to kind of think about is if you were an athlete and if, let's say, for example, you played basketball. And most of you would know if you played basketball for a long time how to do a layup, how to make a free throw, how to take a three-pointer, how to dribble, how to pass. But even though you know how to do it, the more you practice it, the more proficient you become, and the better you are at doing questions like that. So we're increasing the proficiency of our skill set here by doing these questions. And it's not difficult, but it's practice. And the more you practice, the better you get. So with that said, this is your 11th reach back. If you want to download a copy of it, there's only 4 questions today, which is great. It's at tinyurl.com/reachback11g8. And we'll get right to it. Only 4 questions. They're all made by Mr. Coyle this week. Mr. Coyle has made all of the questions, so we're going to do contextual questions this week. So the first question Mr. Coyle made comes from Chapter 2 in Ratios, Rates, and Proportional Reasoning. It says, Samantha's getting a job scooping ice cream at Sunny's this summer. She is scheduled to work for 25 hours a week and will make $12.75 an hour. After working for 8 weeks, how much will Samantha earn? Now, there are multiple ways you can do this, but what we would like you to try and do is set it up as a proportion and solve it using proportional reasoning, okay? Don't just solve it the easy way. Figure out how you can do it using proportional reasoning and show your work. Question 2 comes from Pythagorean Relationship, Chapter 3. It says, in Major League Baseball, the bases are 90 feet apart. How far will the catcher have to throw the ball from home plate to second base to throw at the runner trying to steal? Okay? So, obviously, for this one, it's probably going to help you a lot if you draw the baseball diamond, put home plate first, second, and third base, and then you'll be able to use the Pythagorean relationship to solve it. Question 3 comes from Chapter 4 in Percents. It says, Will, what a great name, has 80% of the amount of views on his TikTok as Maddie does. Maddie has 620 views. How many more views does Maddie have on her TikTok than Will? That's probably a lot. That's not very true, probably, because I don't have many TikToks at all, if any. And Maddie, I'm sure, has quite a few popular TikToks. So I'm going to say this is complete fabrication. But make sure you show all your work to get the answer. And finally, question 4 comes from Chapter 5 on surface area. It says a 4-finger Kit Kat is in the shape of a rectangular prism with the dimensions of 1 centimeter high by 7.5 by 10 centimeters wide and long. A Kit Kat Chunky is also a rectangular prism with dimensions of 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters, and 17 centimeters, respectively. Which Kit Kat bar requires more packaging and, more importantly, by how much? Okay, good luck with these 4 questions today. Make sure you take a picture of your work and send it to your teacher. And as always, make sure you wash your hands, maintain social distancing, and don't let your boomer parents drive you crazy.